Need to adjust my mic again. Looks like the noise. Yeah, because you can hear me typing. Looks like the noise suppression has been turned off. Wonderful. Um, yeah, I'm actually using a XLR mic here rather than a USB mic because I have a very expensive audio interface here that I'm using for both input and output. So, anyways, in my Fit Wisdom, I added a fourth game of the week. So, I expect to be back in jiu-jitsu training by now in October, but COVID with Delta hasn't dropped in the way I would have liked. And honestly, with all the tattoo work I'm getting done, um, I don't have the opportunity to. I don't have quite the money to go invest into a year of jiu-jitsu. But honestly, more importantly, COVID hasn't ended, and the thing with a martial art like Brazilian jiu-jitsu, more than most other arts, is that you're in very close quarters. There's no way to train with a mask. Um, you're constantly breathing on each other. You're about as intimate with somebody as you can be without sex. So, yeah. So streams are going to be very few and far between. Um, I know this isn't what we call a professional stream. I never intended to be a professional stream. In fact, I haven't even turned on my affiliate settings because I really don't. I'm doing this for my own entertainment and for those few people who like to watch me stream. So I will be streaming in the future very occasionally, unless I can convince some of these people who are playing these tabletop games to allow me to stream them playing, which I doubt they would do. And one of those is the tabletop game is technically a chat-based game, and that would be extremely boring over a stream. I'd rather say, hey, just go join the chat and watch me there. So, another horrible news: I have a head cold. I actually sent my littlest one to preschool, and he came home with a cold. And I'm the only one who seems to be affected by it. I can still breathe. I can still smell stuff. I'm still probably going to go get a COVID test tomorrow. But if you see me ducking off the screen, it will be to blow my nose. I'm hoping it's just a head cold. The kiddo who gave it to my kiddo had a COVID test and they were clean. So, and the little toddler monster, Blondie Biscuit, he seems to be fine. Everybody else in the house seems to be fine. That was just me and my 7 constitution. Or is it a 6? It's a 7 now because I'm old. There are reasons why you shouldn't use your constitution as a dump stat. Anyways, let's get moving into here. All right, let me get my notes up because this desperately needs notes. I hope everybody's doing well. Hope everyone's having a good time. Staying safe, staying healthy, and in the words of a good friend, not falling in the hole. I know that's probably not possible for some of you watching, but my fingers crossed for you regardless. So let's go look up my notes here. So what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be modifying the inferior Contra game, Super C, and making it have the Konami code like the original Contra. When I first got this game way back when, I didn't know there was a lives code because they changed the lives code, and this was pre-internet. Yeah, I was very much pre-internet. Even I wasn't online at this point. I didn't know the code, so I couldn't get very far in it because it's still a Contra game. It's still extremely hard. but there is a code for it. It's right, left, down, up, A, B, which gives you 10 lives. When it's stored in the code, it's actually 9 lives, but it gives you 10 lives, which is kind of weak. When the reason why the Konami code is famous is because of the 30 lives code for Contra. Sure, you could use the same code in Gradius. Once you pause, you hit the Konami code, and that way you get a full powered up ship. You can only do it once per map. I had a mess with my modded NES Mini this week and ended up playing Contra with Rewind. Yeah, I can see playing with Rewind, and eventually, the original Contra game, I could beat it without the code multiple times. Played it enough, and you only had so many games. But that's neither here nor there. But what made the Konami code famous was the 30 lives code for Contra. Having a Contra game that doesn't give you 30 lives and is a brutal, not very good game like this Contra, it's unfair. So we're going to go through and add a 30 lives code to Contra. So I'm going to power up my wireless 8-bit DOE gamepad. It's really good. I cannot suggest this thing enough. All you got to do is have Bluetooth, and once you get the thing set up, it works flawlessly. So please bear with me as I try to get some things on screen here. X and start. It blinks and then buzzes once it connects. It shows it's controller 1 is now connected. So what we're going to try to put up here is I'm going to try to put up a controller tracker. Let me see here. There's something I can show what the controller is doing. Yeah, I can do it this way, I think. There we go. All right. Let me see if I can add this window. We're going to see here. Both windows. No, let's do a new source here. New source instead. No, that's not it. There we go. All right. So from here, oh, it's not going to let me do it. Unbelievable. How unfortunate. Okay, let's go back to messing. No. Okay. Well, that's not going to work. Pull it out. Input. All right. So anyways, I can't show the controller, unfortunately, which is not fun. But let's get the debugger up. All right, let's see if this is going to let me play. All right. All right. All right. Okay, so you can at least see what's going on here. Hmm. Let me resize things a bit. The chat window. What's going on in the game isn't as important as what's going on in the code screen here. So, all right. So the first thing we want to change is we got to find the code that holds the um, the method for reading the controller and check it to see if the code's being entered. So what we have up is a debugger. When you're first getting into programming, and I've been into programming now for 10 years professionally, and most of my life, ever since I was 11, as a hobby, the most important thing you can do to start learning how to understand code is to get into a debugger, to move things step by step. And how I found the code was I looked for something that was tracking the controller. And what I did is I looked through, rolled through the code, and checked everything that read the controller during the start screen, and marked it with what we call a breakpoint. Breakpoints mean it pauses the game or the program and kicks you into the debugger to show you what's going on. So we're going to take a look here. Nope, it's going to be LDY. Okay, we're looking for LDY and then BMI for the second line. I've already mapped this out ahead of time, but I can at least show you once I get things lined up here. LDY 50. Nope. No, that's LDA. LDA. What LDA is, there's a number of variables, as you can see here, A, X, and Y, that are tracked at all times in the code. Plus another one that's P, but that doesn't quite count. But you can use these little buckets to store values as you move through the code. What kind of global values that are always there. Refresh the chat there. All right, we're moving. All right, still looking for LDY. LDX, nope, getting closer. Code's at a slightly different spot in this particular code set, which is weird. A220. LDY. All right, we're having some problems finding the code. Huh. Okay, am I looking in the wrong spot? This is Super C. That's really interesting. All right. My display's all messed up on my side. Let's try this. Try BMI A2. Nope, that's not working either. All right, let me try something else here. Because it should be this hidden block. All right, all right. Let me close this down. Biggest problem I have is that there's 3 different versions of this game on my computer, and I did debugging on one of them, and it didn't save it correctly. So let's go try it again. Yeah, we are not doing well here. Oh, I think I saw it. Back. Here we go. Finally. Why was this hidden from me? All right. So here's our code, LDY50, which means we load register Y from and load it from this memory space. So watch. See, now it's paused because we're at the start screen. So we're going to pause here, go to the next step. See how the game's currently paused? We're debugging. So this is a branch if minus, which means as long as this is a minus, not a minus, we'll continue on. So we continue on, we load the accumulator from this memory spot, which means we load 0. And then we do a bitwise AND, which is complicated to explain, but now branch if equal. This is the next part. So I'm going to hit F10, which means we'll step forward, and it says because it wasn't equal, we're fine. Now what this is doing is saying branch if equal. Go check this memory, and which is, and if it's equal to 60, jump here. And as you can see, it's currently 60. So what we're really looking for is right here. So right now, the game's going to go back to running normally. We're going to see the Super Contra. Now, I just hit down, which means when it checked this, it saw it wasn't 60. And now we're going to compare this code and compare it against the memory stored here, which is A2BD, which is an unidentified block of code. That's where the Konami code is stored. So it's good right now. Now if I hit up, oh, I gotta reset again. I reset the game. So, all right. So hit down, we're good. Up, right, left, A, B. Let's see if that worked. Probably didn't because unfortunately this controller is a little different. We're gonna reset it again. Oh. All right. We'll see if the no, this is good. Okay, I just had to make sure I wasn't playing with the game I already modified. So we're back on debug. I hit down. Okay. Now branch, if not equal, which means, okay, it reads the code and it saw that this memory does not equal this memory. So it jumps here and stores in the A accumulator FF, the value FF. This is a memory thing. Okay. A $sign, then a series of of codes here means go check the memory, which means check the actual ROM memory, the actual cartridge memory. A hash, then a $sign, means store this specific value. Right now, it's going to go store this FF into the accumulator A here. This is how it knows that I've screwed up the code. And because I've screwed up the code, it's not going to go and check to see if I did the code right. So this is one of the things, this storing of FF, one of the things I need to fix in the code to get my Konami code to work. And then I go store in memory this byte value, which is FF. See, from A, store accumulator in this memory spot, FF. Now I hit play, and A is still stored there, and will never come back to this code. So I have to reset again. So all right, so I hit down, which is still the wrong code. I need to get the code for this. Super C lives code, which is, oh, it's right, left, down, up. Right, left, down, up. See, I can't remember myself. Bear with me here. Got a little bit of a head cold medicine coursing through my veins. So a little bit of Sudafed is making my thing. So we're hitting right this time, which is the beginning of the code. Now, branch if not equal, which means I checked this value here against this value here. And this time it's correct. So it went and read the code in this byte. Now, I go here, go to Tools, and go look at my memory tools, and then go to the actual program ROM, which you guys can barely see. There we go. So you guys can see it no matter where I'm dragging it around, which is perfect. Now, what it went and checked is address A2B8. So if I scroll down, way past all this, A2, excuse me, spraying COVID, A2, B, which we're here, and now we need to go to D, like correspond up here, A2, B, A8, yes, B8, okay. That's weird. Is that what it's asking for? A? No, that's where it's loading the accumulator. It's A2, branch if not equal, A2B8. B8, A2B8. Fix this here. Bear with me again. OMG, let me work with this. Yes, thank you. I am full of sneezes. A2B8, which is a 0,0 location. All right then. No. That doesn't make any sense. So let's go put a watch on that memory. So I got a watch. The value right now is A8. Okay, so we have the game paused right now. I'm going to minimize the memory thing. I'm going to bring back up the debugger. And we're going to continue. So F10, in this case, it goes and ticks the Y, which is right here, which means it's it counts how many times you get the correct code entered. Since we're incrementing Y, it'll now add to 1. So 1. Store the value from here, store the value in Y to this memory location. All right. And then we load the accumulator, which means we load A with this value here, BD. We're going to add a watch there. There we go, 1, which is right on the controller. 0, 1 is right on this read. So you load the accumulator. We check this memory, but move over 1 spot. The accumulator is loaded with 2. But next time we come through, it'll look for the second spot. And then branch if not equal, BNE, and jump to the end. Because this is the failure code right through here. Okay. Now we're just going to continue with the code. Left. We went right, left. Comes through again. Looks. It goes, yep, that code is correct. That code is correct. Now, increments it one more time. Store Y. See, now you see the Y's too. And this last branch, this is the branch to kick the code to get the lives code. So we just did right, left, down, same thing, third correct code, up, 4 correct codes entered, A, yep, and now when I hit B, it'll hit one of these interior bits of the code. Okay, last one. See, we have 5 total good entries. Current read of the controller is 40, which is the 20 for A, 40 for B. And finally, when it reaches here, it goes, okay, what is going on here? Is this equal to 6? Because we need 6 good entries. And it goes, yes, this is good. So it loads the accumulator with 1, bink, which flag says, hey, the code was successfully entered. And then stores the accumulator in the memory, loads the code, stores the code, and kicks us out. And now when I hit done, I go here, I hit start, and we should see 10 lives. So I have the code now. So what we're going to do now is we're going to reset it again. So we know where the Konami code is being checked, which is what we were trying to find. Now we need to change the code so it kicks you with 30 lives. In order to do that, I have to go with my debugger into the actual CPU memory. I need to go into the code, the program code, and find where that Konami code is stored. Now the thing is, that Konami code, if I go check my breakpoints, whoop, oh, hang on. Please jump to let's jump to it. I'll just have to hit reset real quick and then start entering the code. There we go. So we're loading the accumulator from this spot. So it's A2BD. We're going to try looking there again, and what we're looking for is 0, 1. Now the problem is sometimes the program RAM isn't read correctly in here. There's the difference between what's on the RAM and what goes into the RAM. A2BD. Yeah. The BD is right here. A2BD. Let's go hide the bugger. So we're going to do it this way instead. B2BD. We're going to hit this. We're going to go 0102. 04, 08. There we go. 80, 40. So this is where the code's actually contained for our Konami code. Why is it not updating on your Skype screen? Let me do this real quick. Yeah, it's definitely not updating your guys' screen. That's unusual. Stream still showing? Why is it not showing me? Yeah, it looks like Streamlabs has problems with this program a bit. This. There we go. Okay, so now you see the highlighted code. 01, 02, 04, 08, 80, 40. Right, left, down, up. B, A. So if I change that code to anything I want, say 01, 01, 01, 01, 01, 01, and then hit close this. Now we're going to see what happens. Now, from what I just changed, I should be able to hit 1, 2, 1. Let's see if it did it. Right. Let's go into the code. Right. Yep. I just changed the code to 6 rights. Right. 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 Start. Now I should get 10 lives. So I just proved I can go and change the Konami code. The problem is, it only takes, currently, 6 codes. So, fortunately, up, up, down, down, left, right, A. Full 10. So, if I was truly intelligent and I wanted to make this robust as possible, I would set up this code here to go through and check and wait till this increment gets incremented 10 times. But ultimately, I don't have to. So, we're going to go through here. Simulator. Right. Right, 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 right. There we go. And now we're in this area here. So I want to see the stores 1 to the accumulator here, which means it'll get carried on past this when it returns to the sub. So that flag is A, boop, which means code is correct. And then we store the A in RAM, not ROM, because you can't store back to the controller. Well, you can't store back to the cartridge, which isn't always true. But in this case, since it's just solid ROM and not RAM, you can't store the cartridge. So we store the one in RAM, and then get back there, please. Why did you hide on me? Piece of crap. There we go. So we stored that flag saying, hey, the code got entered correctly in here, and then we're going and clearing the accumulator with FF, which means nothing, and then storing that accumulator to 50. So storing that FF to 50, which means we don't need to, which tells the routine, but we don't need to read this code anymore. So now we need to figure out where the 9 lives are coming from. So what we're going to do, keep jumping through here. We're looking for 9, which is 0, 9. Okay. Looks like the sub doesn't have it directly, so we're going to have to go look inside the code itself. So, the actual code on the ROM. Not a problem. Hit play, hit start. 10 lives, no problem. So we're going to pause it right now. All right. So we've gone through, we've looked at the code, we figured out how we can change the Konami code. How we can get down to 10 instead of 6. Turn that 10 into 6, I haven't explained yet. Also haven't shown how we can change the code to take 9 instead of take 30 instead of 29 instead of 9, 10 instead of take 30 instead of 10. So we're going to reset again. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hit the debug. Flag gets stored. Fill the accumulator with 1. Code is correct. Store that code to. We're going to add a watch. Watches are basically little things that let you see what's in these memory spaces, no matter what. Remove that one. So right now that's not even initiated. It's a red nothing. So we just stored that to 0, 1. Now what I need to look for in the code is someplace that's going through and reading that value, that memory value, EC. Okay. Doesn't look like it's being read anywhere, which is weird. Is that being stored behind a buffer? $7 EC. Huh. Oh, that's why. Here we go. Okay, checking it in 2 places. This spot down here, we load. Yes. So we're going to kick the code forward. Hit start. Hit start again. Okay, right before it goes in the game, it goes, hey, is this flag currently checked? It goes, yes, it's got a 1 in it. Cool. Now let's branch if not equal. This is currently 95. And right here, so what we're going to do here is I'm going to change this memory value. We're going to change this and make it 99. See what happens. Edit in memory viewer. Where are we going? That's 95. Okay, so 0, 9. Where is it? Reload the accumulator with 9. Okay. Now I'm going to change that to 99. Boom. Now I'm going to hit play. And now we have F4, which means more lives than we could possibly do anything with. Now the reason why it's F4 is because something even I keep forgetting. 99 in hex is not 99 decimal. If I actually want 99, set it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Code kicks up. We hit start. All right. Let me get this decimal to hex. I can do it through my phone. I can do it through whatever. Okay, it's going to be 63. So what we're going to do here We're going to wait until the accumulator is loaded with the 9, and now we change this to 63. AO. So there's our 99 lives. More lives than we'll ever need. Not sure why I set it to AO. Maybe the internal number display doesn't go that high. But that, that's 100. Yeah, that's the problem. I use 62. We'll do it again, just to prove a point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Forward, start. Code in the right spot. F10. Set that to 62. Not sure where the incrementation happens. There we go. Rest 99. 99 lives. But we don't want to give them 99 lives because we want this to be the Konami code. We want this to be the Contra code. So I'm going to roll forward here. Hit the reset one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. All right. Code is good. Now, I have to figure out where this 09 is coming from. Because this 09 is being pushed from somewhere. I'm not sure where. LDA, push 09 in there. 01, the flag is good. Branch if not equal. 95. That's good. I think I was checking for something else. So now we get that 9. Store that 9. We store that 9 to 53 spot plus X. And then we load A with 30. Store the next spot and then keep going. So I have to figure out where that's at. But let's go back. Let's not get to the 30 lives because I'll have that has to do with research. I can show that in a moment. Do we want to give them 69 lives? I can give them 69 lives. I'll give them 69 lives just for you. But okay, because you're still watching, Mr. Chuck, we're going to go through and we're going to change it to 69. So, all right. Let me kill everything here for a moment. Super. One of the other tools you generally have to use in this is, we're going to call it the slideshow again. That is hilarious. Why is it on the slideshow? Now, this is the computer one. One of the things, what I was doing there was changing the code as it was running. If I want to change the code in the actual game, I need to use something called the hex editor. So I'm going to load up hext. So, window here, window capture. There we go. All right. This, hex editing is how I got started in all this mess so long ago. My first game hacks were made with a hex editor. So I'm going to bust open this hex file. So what we're going to do, scroll this down. There we go. Why is my chat window in the background? That should be at the top. There we go. All right. Okay, the specific code we're looking for, as you can see, there's actually some text in here that's readable. That's how I got into game hacking in a lot of ways, is that in a lot of games, they just use as ASCII text, which is fully readable in the hex editor in the text box. But what we're looking for right now is 09. Oh, we're not looking for it in the text, though. We're looking for it in hex value. Now, the problem is we're going to find a lot of 09s, as you can see. A couple hundred of them. So what you have to do is either through reading through the code elsewhere or using a debugging tool, you'll want to find the lives location. And the lives location is going to be at 1E, 1E5BA. One E5B all the way to A. Look at that, 09. So what we're going to do is I'm going to find out what 69 is. What 68 is in hex. So we're going to go in here. We're going to change this number to 44. And now I hit save. Okay? And for the sake of giving myself a shortcut so I can start showing University ransom hacking before the night's over, we're going to look for this code, 01, 02. Look, it's already in there. Oh, did this save it? 01, 01, 01, 01, 01? And how many is that? Okay, let me check my I don't know if it actually saves the changes when I go through the other tool and made that change to a bunch of writes. So 22BD. B. Me? No, that's not correct. Okay, well, let's load it up. I made one save, so right now we'll get 69 lives if we get the code correct. So I'm going to go hide hex. Bring up hex in here. Sorry, messin. Hexen. Go type some things, bring it up. Yeah. Like that. All right, now I have to go kill messin with the task manager. Okay, I'm going to do that again, but I'm not going to open up that previous memory edited version because it didn't like that. That's just messin freaking out. Should be fine. Open. All right. 4, 5, 6. Start. Nope. Okay, so I reset the code. That's what I wanted to see. So right, left, down, up, A, B, start. 69 lives. There we go. All right. So I've gone and changed the number of lives. As you can see, 69 lives, and nice. Exactly. So we're going to close this ROM. Not sure how I power it off. I'm going to go back into the hexen code. Exactly. No, that's what I'm all about. all about pleasing you guys. But I'm gonna set it to 30 lives, like it needs to be, because we're gonna submit this to romhacking.net. Probably should show that. This is where I get all my game hacks. It's tremendous. One of the best sites there is. This place is the best. I don't currently have anything on there, but you can type whatever you want in here, and there's almost always some kind of game hack in there. And some of the game hacks are just tremendous. Like, we're gonna go search for Castlevania 2, Simon's Quest. They have documents that explain how things are laid out, utilities which let you edit the game without having to go through a hex editor, different translations, Finnish, Japanese, Espanol, and then hacks. I mean, people have made for Castlevania. There's a one that adds improved controls, and then there's this one right here, which is the one I really like, which is the retranslation plus a map. Actually adds a map in the game, so you don't get lost. The people with this game, they actually built what they call a vending machine, which means that when you load up, you'll feed it a Castlevania ROM, and then you'll run the program. You'll say, okay, I want this type of program. I want these features, whether I want the map on, do I want to still use passwords, or do I want the memory save, battery save, just like Zelda added there. You don't have to deal with a stupid password. Seamless fading between night and day times. Jump downstairs at down an A. Extra dialogue. All the stuff. So come here. The stuff they have here is just fantastic. Some of these like super for Metroid, like people have turns for Metroid and Metroid Zero, and I mean, this is Super Metroid, and they have completely new maps, new enemies. It's beyond what I can do, or I have time to do more accurately. So, but anyways, let's get back to what I was working on. Kill this window. Kill this window capture. Get back in here and look for our code. With me? All right. 1E, back in Hexen, 1E, 5, BA. One E5B. Right here. So we're going to change this 44, which was previously a 9. We're going to change that to 1D. 1D. Hit save. Okay. We're going to build the community code. So right, left, down, up, A, B, start. Should get 30 lives. So part 1 of the code is completed. So we're going to power it off now. Now, with part 1 being done, we have to go and change the code so that right, left, 0201, 01. Should have kept better notes. All right. All right. All right. Please give me my. Give me here because I didn't write this down. Please bear with me. Hope everybody's still having a good night, or as good of a night as we can manage. Why did I write this down? All right, I'm just going to have to go back into the game and reset and call up my debugger. Right. Oh. Where am I break? Left, down, up, A, B, start. Ah, there we go. That's why. Okay. That's what I need to do. My breakpoint was in a weird spot. So right now it's just constantly reading the code. So what we want to do is branch if minus. Which is fine. We don't want to branch if minus. And what that branch with minus there is checking is to see if this has been set to FF, which I'll explain a little later. The code while playing with transformers is a bit nostalgic bit of ASMR on the night. You're biased, Chuck. But thank you for that. So we can jump forward here. Branch if not equal. Okay. This is where we want to be. Reset. Forward again. Right. Yeah. So this is the first catch. This is the catch to see if this is correct. Looking for O1 and A2 BD, which is a memory location, not, so it's going to be O1, O2, O1, O2. Now it's looking for left, O2. Forward, down, okay, O1, O2, 4. Oh yeah, hold on, we'll pay attention to this. It's bits. I'm an idiot. Well, what I just said there is, what it's doing is it's got, I'm going to jump to my window here. What's going on here is everything's in binary. It uses one whole byte to store all these. So going from right to left, because you fill the numbers, like with real numbers, you fill them from right to left, is you hit right, that's 1. In binary, you can only have a 1 or a 0. So a 2 would be, I'm not here to flip you guys off, but this right here, 1, 0. which is 2. And then 3 would be 2, which would be 1, 1. And then 4, as you probably noticed, down is in the next position, this bit. Up is this bit. So 1, 2, 4, 8. Now it gets a little more complicated because, again, this is in hex. But so the code is 01, 02, and then down, which is 04, 08, and that's 4 numbers. So we're going to go back to the debugger again now I kill this window. Whoop. Back in the messin'. Back into here. Eight. There it is. We're good. And now A, which is 80. B, which is 40. And now we can start once, start twice. Go past this debug and 30 live. So we're going to reset it again. There's going to be lots of resets here. So back in the hex editor, we're looking for 01, 02, 04, 08, 80, 40. Can't find. Interesting. 1, 02, 04, 08. Search again. Interesting. Why is it not stored in the code? We're in here. That code is correct. Am I reading it wrong? Is it 84? Okay, let's try it again. Right, 01, left, 02, down, 04, 8. Yep. 01, 02, 04, 08. Hexen being weird. There it is. That's why. Okay. So knowing that's our code, yeah, the reason why it's freaking out is because it doesn't want, I don't want it to search all. What I'm going to do here, 80, 40. That's only stored in one spot, and it's this location. 22 DD. All right. So we're going to go through, and we're going to change this code. Now, what we're going to do is, while the code for Contra is originally 10 digits, up, up, down, down, left, right, B, A. Instead, we're just going to change it to 6 by losing the first 4. So we're going to remove up, up, down, down. So what we're left with is left, right, B, A. So this is going to become left, which is 2, right, left, right, 40, 8. I hit save. I power off Hexen. I go and open the Konami code. Now watch. I hit left, right, B, A, start, start. 30 lives. Now, watch what happens when I do up, up, down, down, left, right, B, A, start, start. I only got 3 lives. Well, the reason why is at any time, so we're going to go into here and we're going to play with the code again. So we're back into this code block here, this wonderful code block, which I should probably just select all and mark selection as by code. Can I please add a label? Cheat code. No, I have to do it this way. All right. That's why. Let's remove that label. Right, we'll leave it there. Haven't quite figured out the ins and outs of how this thing actually works, but okay. So we entered the first part of it. It goes through, increments the y, and misses this stuff here. This is the fail code right here. So I've entered the first part of the code just fine. So instead I hit up. It immediately jumps here to LDA and tries to store this negative number. See, now this flag right here is negative. It stores that negative in there. Now, I set this here. See, this checks to see if it's negative. And if it does, it jumps completely out. So I need to clear this. So the best way to deal with this is to go through, and instead of setting LDA to negative, and also keeps the counter there. I need to go clear the counter, which is y, back to 0. What we're going to do is we're going to pause the code, and we're going to change this LDA to L. It's selected code. We're going to change this to LDY, which means load the accumulator Y with 0, 0. So what I want it to do is if you mess up the code, I don't want it to get locked out. I want it to reset the count. I hit apply. Now this is storing Y. Now I go store Y instead of A. Edit code. Edit code. Edit select code. Instead of storing A, I store Y in 50. Hit apply. So, why did I do that? See you in a second. We're going to go get the game up again. Oh, sorry, I had the Hexen window open here. Whoops. So, let's get the debugger back up. Every time I got to refresh this thing. How do I refresh it? Every time I have to go back in here. Properties, select it to something else, and then select it back to the debugger. I hate it. Here's my chat. Okay. So, the reason why I did that is up. Oh, I have to actually power it off. Reset the game again. Left. Oh, debugger. Reset the game. Okay. So, left, right, left, right. EA. All right. Back into the code. Reset again. I need to show what happens when it goes wrong. So, up. Code's good. Up. And see, now it's not reading anything. Which is fine, because I don't think it stored the changes I made. I reset it. So, left. Yeah. I need to change this again. So, how do I save it once I change the code? Got to redo the code change because I reset it there. No. Go here. Edit. Select code. LDY. 00. Apply. Edit code. No. Edit selected code. Store Y. In 50, please. Apply. Now, save the ROM, which means those code changes are now saved to the ROM. So if I go power off, I go open that ROM again, please. Konami code. Left, right, EA, start. 30 lives. Perfect. We're so very close here. All right. So I call up the debug memory now. Debug memory is fine. What happens if I go up, which is fine, up, fine, right. Now it goes, that code's not right, and stores Y to 0 and stores that 0 there. Now, this is the interesting thing. If I hit up again, I can start doing the code again. That's what I wanted. I wanted it to reset the counter if you had hit anything wrong, but allow the code still be checked on new inputs, just like the old Contra game. You could enter whatever you wanted before, up, down, left, right, BA, start, as long as it had that string in there. This, as soon as you enter a bad code, it goes, I'm not checking your inputs anymore for the cheat code. So what this allows me to do, we're going to disable this breakpoint, is without having to add more code to the game, instead of just hacking, changing some of the code, I'm able to do up, down, left, right, BA, start. And there it is. So now the hack is completed. Things look good. Everything is as good as can be. I'll close the debugger here. Close the game. We're gonna go open up the browser window. We're gonna go to hacks. We're gonna go to ROM hacking. So what that allowed me to do is it just considers the up, down part as just bad inputs. But as long as you get that correct part, the left, right, BA, you get the 30 lives. So people won't even know. I mean, if they really want to play around with it and look in the code, people who are into ROM hacking, of course they're going to be able to figure it out. But it still lets you essentially enter the old Konami code, the 10-digit Konami code, and get 30 lives. So we're going to go to ROM hacks. We're going to go submit files. Submit hacks. Super C Konami. Code 30 lives. Category. Let's call it improvement. We'll see if I'm in here still. No, not yet. I don't know why I'm not in there, but let's leave it none selected. Modifications. Gameplay. Version 1.0, release date 2021, 10 day 7. Okay. All right. No briefing project. What do we want? Where's my NES? This is a simple ROM hack that changes the game to take the classic Konami code and to give you extra lives. This case, 30 lives like the original Contra. Yes. All right. I'm going to scan the ROM. Where's my window? Keep losing my window. Look around my computer a bit by me doing this, but whatever. All right. General information. Okay. I can't select game for some reason. Is it because I'm blocking something? There we go. Contra 7? No. Scat. That's disturbing. Oh, I know why. It's Super Dash C. There it is. Super C. Okay. There we go. All right, has the information in there. Okay, add the file now. All right. Huh, how does it want me to host it? Oh, I gotta create an IPS file. Okay, last section here. We're not going to get the River City Ransom, unfortunately. I'm going to cut this short, but what we're going to do is I'm going to show you how to make a IPS file. An IPS file is basically a difference file. It says, hey, go change these specific spots in this file. Change the code there. So we're going to pry open my folders. Yes. Let's see if we can do it here. IPS file. That explains someone else's tools, so we're just going to do it this way. Oh. IPS. Tools. Create IPS patch. So what we're going to do here is we're just going to go, we're going to show you my whole window here. Like main. All right. So down here, program called Lunar IPS. I generally use it to apply patches, but it actually create patches. What you do is you go grab a ROM. And I'll grab the original Super C. And then I'll grab my Konami code one. There we go. IPS file successfully created. So here we go. So we'll load my IPS, Super C, Konami code. Sign file. Oh. Wow, won't let me use the actual, all right, scratch pad file. Oh, because I got to zip it. That's my fault. As always. All right. Okay. Let's go back to our submission form. All right. We're looking good. Super C, version 1.0, file name. There's our file name. Simple ROM hack. Change the game. Classic Konami code. All right. Hit preview. Oh, select the item from the list. What? Preview. What are you freaking out about? Project information. Not Cubase. There's ISO. No special requirements. There we go. Oh, okay. It's asking me to go put a screenshot in there. So, best way for me to get a screenshot? Hey there, Echo Stenchman. Oh, hey Chuck, you crash. You have a good night. Hey, Equus, just doing a little ROM hacking to an empty room, but that's just fine by me. Yep, just I converted the NES game Super Contra to use the full Konami code and give you 30 lives like the original Contra did. In the game, it had a different code, which was right, left, down, up, A, B, and that would give you 9 lives, 10 lives. And I thought that was lame. You know, the Konami code is known as the Konami code because of Contra. If you have a Contra sequel, I want to use the same code and I want to get 30 lives. So I went through, changed some code, changed some underlying values in the ROM as well, changing that 9 lives to 29 lives, and changing the way that the routine that checks the code to see if you're entering it right works. And now I'm submitting it to romhacking.net, as you can see. But right now it's asking me for an image, so I'm going to have to go. Up, up, down, down, left, right, BA, start. Oh, I'm trying to find the screenshot button. Up, down, down, left, right, BA, start. Start. Pause. There we go. I got one of these tiny keyboards. It doesn't have a damn screenshot key on it. A function button? I think it's gonna be a function button. There we go. Good old screenshot. Type it, Windows key, start typing paint. How you doing today, Mr. Stenchman? How's your writing going? I am just absolutely flabbergasted how it's knowing you for this long. It's very much of your. It very much uses the language you use. It very much uses the terms of phrases you commonly use, but also it invokes a lot of the Pratchett feeling. That's quite the thing to do. I am definitely impressed. This is a scratch pad. Oh. Native resolutions. Okay, yes. 256 by 240. Okay, sure. That's fine. Now I have to go play with GIMP. Beautiful. All you can say. Yeah, right now, my friends are working on Vamptober, are just sprinting on their writing, which is very impressive. My creative juices right now are run like a sponge with the 4 games I'm playing. What size do you need? 256 by 240. No. 256 by 240. So good old non-square pixels. 256 by 240. Export as. I only think I've ever wanted from my art to be known. Don't we all? That's like, that's a thing. That's definitely a thing. And a very tough thing. That's all we ever want to do is just be known. But you should be known. I mean, you're working on so many things and always believed in you. And I mean, you're an incredible artist, and I mean, you're a better writer than me now, which is flabbergasting. Because writing used to be my thing. All right, now I can go do the credits. Wow, that dropped down slow. Uh. We good? Yes, we are. Okay. And with that, I hit submit. And I've now successfully, hey, channeling Pratchett. That's like saying that I'm going to go out there in my boxing, I'm going to go in there in my boxing training and I'm going to channel Sugar Ray Robinson. If I can go out there and channel Sugar Ray Robinson as well as you're channeling portions of Pratchett's writing, I would be I'd be a boxing champion. There we go. So there we go. Sigma 4313. That is me. I have no community profile. Ha ha ha. Funny. At least it has my email correct, so I can see what happens if it gets rejected. But yes, my hack is born. Didn't get to River City Ransom, but at least I can go and preview that a bit. What I'm going to do is I'll put this window. And we're going to go. And we're going to go show you in Hex, the Hex editor, what we're doing. All right. Oh, it's not even going to show my window, is it? Why is this still showing? Oh, it's showing window. Blah, blah, blah. Whatever. Let's get this nice and good looking here. So right now we're looking on the right side here. We're looking for just text. And there might not be any text. I might need to use a table file. But we'll see. Yeah, we're going to need to use a table file. So let's see if I can get. Let me see if this takes table files. Okay, dual tile encoding. Yeah, it doesn't look like my hex. Oh, thanks for letting me know when that's up. Doesn't look like at least this hex editor supports table files, which is a thing I don't like. Yeah. Well, this thing's kind of worthless then. Let's go look on here then. Let's go to a quick search of my computer. I can do it this way. No, I don't have thingy. Okay. ROM hacking text editor with table. Well, what went wrong is, well, the main tool I use in ROM hacking is hex editors, but not all ROMs use the standard ANSI encoding for their text, but the hex editor I was using doesn't take, like Hext, which is the text editor I was using, does not take table files. Let's go to get transaction. Okay. We'll see if this wants to let me play. All right, good. That's good. Okay. Windows is freaking out in the background right now. Why did this do that? You guys are working blind right now. My apologies. Let's go kill Hex. Let's go kill Hexton. Let's go add. Go add a new friend. Oh, no. Add new source instead. None. All right. Open. Working. ROMs. NES. There we go. That's much better. That's good. Okay. Bear with me while I wipe out everybody. Boop. All right. Okay. So we're rolling through here. We see that there's nothing really working. It's not showing any text. So what I need to do is open a thingy table. What we're going to do is we're going to go find a table file. Which I can get from ROM hacking, I think. All right. Give me a moment here. I have to make a new table file. So. River City Ransom. Now I'll just go save this table file to my desktop. Boom. Okay, so we're staring at transaction. Oh, pledge manager for whoa. I didn't even know your Kickstarter went off. Dragons. Got rating of 2. What the? Invite me. The Kickstarter ended? I can do late pledges. Perfect. There we go. I'll pledge $60. Oh, I'm sorry, the progress of the art's been a little bit. Traffic lights. I'm not a robot. Oh, I already have an active order. Never mind. Yeah, that's I just bought some replacement dice, sent them to my friend Indonesia, so he can leave a copy of it, 2 copies of it, at least 1 copy. 1 copy of Crowns, 1 copy of Pirates up at the bar he generally goes to, and then has extra dice to replace lost dice. Let's get that table loaded. Desktop. So we're gonna start looking through with this loaded. There we go. So as you can see, all we see right now is garbage until just scrolling through. Hey, look at that. We have names. Larry, Barry, Terry, Jerry, Carrie, Gary, Harry, Perry, Akbar, Clyde, Moose, Benny. And then we have lines being said. So this is mostly going to be a simple hex edit pack. Not going to be as complicated as this. Oh yeah, that really big bill cover I did this year. The one I made bank on. Figured out what I do if I ever had disposable income. No, you should not be disposing of it. You should be buying yourself nice things. I'm the one that has disposable cash that gets thrown at people. But yes, you can see all the text in here now. Now if I scroll down further, I can see various foods that are being offered. Merv rings, Merv fries, Mondo Merv, Fish Merv. So yeah, this will be my next project. Changing these to match things from when I was growing up. But I absolutely needed a thingy file to do this. Because, well, that's the way it works. Yep, rebuilding my hometown, which is a bit of telling on myself, but, you know, if people want to find me, they can figure it out enough. So, but, yeah. So that'll be my next run through. I have some other hacks that I want to do. I want to change Contra to make, which is completely not true for me. That's why I had to move. I don't hustle hard. I don't hustle hard at all. I am slack-tastic. Yes, but you also missed the earlier explanation of why I'm not streaming so much anymore. When I first started this, COVID hadn't hit yet. I'm not a hustler grinder. I'm a programmer, and programmers are the laziest people you'll ever meet in your entire life. We'll spend 30 hours producing a program that will cut our work down from 10 hours to 1 hour, and then only use that program once. Just because we don't want to do some tedious things. So instead we program, which is, you don't want a hardworking programmer. Nope. So I want to change the original Contra game to make the rapid fire, the R power up actually work. That's inspired by a great YouTuber named Displaced Gamers. I won't be making the kind of changes that he's made, but it'll be more tapered changes. I'll also be changing Ninja Gaiden to remove a bug that they put in there. The original Ninja Gaiden was a very hard game because once you got to the final set of stages, when you died and continued, or when you died, the end, when you died and you still had lives left, it would, if you were on map 6-3 or 6-2 or even the boss 6-4, when you died, it would kick you back to 6-1. And the reason this happens is due to a hex problem. Because even people who always work in hex sometimes forget that what comes after 9 is not 10, it's A. So unfortunately, they made that mistake. So I'll be changing the code so that when you die, you get kicked back to the proper level. And I'll probably be also doing some small changes to Legend of Zelda, and also changing other games that people might request. If there's any games out there that you want to see changed, because it's a great. I can't think of it at the top of my head, but there's quite a few old NES games that are this close to being tremendous, but are just either too hard or have weird behaviors, or are designed poorly. So it's like, why even get these later upgrades when this earlier weapon upgrade is the best? Stuff like that. Anyways, as I was saying earlier, the reason I'm not streaming so much anymore is when I first started this, COVID hadn't hit, and I was streaming 2 or 3 days a week and training 2 or 3 days a week. When COVID hit, I stopped training, upped my streaming from 1 to 2 days a week to 2 to 3 to 4 days a week. And during that time, I only had one tabletop game going. Well, my old tabletop chat role-playing game returned, so I had 2 going a week. And then someone made a desperate request that I run a D&D game for them, so I started a DCC game for them on a 3rd night. And because I'm a genius, I'm starting a game on a 4th night now. And I plan on going back to training sometime soon. I was planning on going this month, but it's not going to be happening because COVID, and there's no way to do jiu-jitsu or judo or wrestling while wearing a mask, and it's about as intimate as you can get with a person without having sex with them. So the chances of getting COVID are very, very high. I can't even keep to one game. I mean, one of those games did go away, but I replaced it with a different one. So I'm playing Vampire 2 days a week, and I'm playing a D&D type game 2 days a week. Or I have not been tabletop role playing this much since I was maybe 14, 15. Absolutely ridiculous. So my streaming is going to be cut down to very occasionally, at least for the interim. We'll see what happens. You never know what happens. Hopefully I'll get a COVID test and find out I don't have COVID. That my toddler somehow picked up a head cold. I still can smell stuff. I don't got much of a fever. Everybody else was sick for like 1 day. So, got my fingers crossed. But in any case, River City Ransom next time. And then we'll see what other games need to be edited. I have a whole list. I can show how I edited Sentinel Worlds. I can show how I edited the original XCOM. My Ogre Battle edits I made. I could change all sorts of things. But we'll see what happens. In any case, homeboys, homegirls, people, monsters, monster fuckers. Everyone have a good week. Stay safe and make good decisions. I'll let everybody know when my hack is up and approved. It could probably use some thumbs up. And I will catch you all very soon. Good night, y'all.